Another boring time on such a beautiful autumn night. Mom and Dad are talking about the politics of safety on the streets, worried that something might happen to me on this glorious Halloween month. I just turned 16 and parties were the places I wanted to be. Yet I really didn't have friends, and since I was the only child, I never had siblings to have good times with. Finally, it had been Hallows Eve, the day that makes everyone hyped for the big night tomorrow. My parents were at the dinner table, discussing the worries of Halloween, when a commercial on TV stopped their yapping. A news anchor began talking about incidents from years ago, about people being fed razor blades and party candies and a host of other calamities. My mother finally won an argument that I had not been paying attention to. They decided I was not to go out on that special night. The anger of their decision pissed me off. I tried to convince them that I would be okay, but to no avail. Halloween morning came. Everyone outside my window showed rays of excitement, showing off their costumes and bragging about whose party that would be at the best. It just drove me crazy. The light of the sun finally set. The road had been bustling with people enjoying Halloween night. Once again, I tried to debate to my parents, yet the outcome was the same. They headed off to bed, leaving me with an anger that wasn't going away. While I heard the old man snoring, I decided to sneak out of the window and have some damn fun. I decided to go to the party the guy outside mentioned earlier. It was full of people drinking beer and having a blast. I went along with the flow and drank as time breezed by and the environment spun like a top. The minutes led to hours, which made the owner of the house stop the party. I knew I had been too inebriated to go home, so I started walking further down the road that had more people celebrating. I kept walking as my eyes glazed upon my walking feet. Finally picking my head up, I was in a neighborhood I've never seen before. There were no people outside and the night was silent. My brain sobered up enough for me to start backtracking until I heard a voice call out to me. "Hey you, can you help us?" The voice came from a barred window in a beautiful white house. Hesitant at first, I wanted to just keep walking, but what if they needed my help? I walked to the window and an elderly person talking told me that he and his friends were forcibly being held inside the house by the caretakers and couldn't have fun for Halloween. The old man introduced himself as a captain, which had been fitting seeing as it was how he was dressed. The others weren't as old, but old enough to be my parents' age. They too were dressed in costumes. Seeing that they were in a situation like my own, I took a screwdriver the captain handed to me and unscrewed the bolts to the bars. One by one, I helped them out of the window. They were happy to be out and about. The captain thanked me and asked if I was interested in enjoying the rest of Halloween night with them. I happily agreed as we walked to some other neighborhoods that I haven't been familiar with. People were still trick-or-treating and having a good time. The 6 other people with the captain and I had separated to do their own things. He and I talked for a long while about our past and problems with parental or authority figures. We got along great. The captain told me about his son who had passed away some years back. Nostalgia made him thank me for feeling what it was like to have a son again. It was almost 2 in the morning and I had to go home. The captain called his friends in a funny tone, more raspy than normal. "Come on, creepers, we're heading back." The group of 6 came back with bags filled with lots of candies. They all laughed eerily and strangely as we headed back to their home. The captain told me that he would take me home, but only if I could eat some candy with the group. I was hesitant at first, but I honestly needed a guide to go back home. We quietly went back through the window. The captain reached for his bag and gave me a small green candy. I ate it and asked if I could use the bathroom. The captain told me how to get there. So upon going up a flight of stairs, I began to feel uneasy. My eyes were becoming heavy. I opened the door to the restroom and turned on the light, only to see a gruesome sight. The restroom had been covered in fecal matter, blood, and jumbled words that were carved into the walls. Confused, I rushed back downstairs, only to feel my legs give out. I fell on the floor and tried to get up, but my arms no longer worked. I could not move at all. The captain picked me up gently, placed me on a bed, and tied me up using the belts that the bed had attached to them. As I looked around, I noticed all beds had these restraints. What was this place? The captain told me that he would explain everything. First, however, he and the creepers had to decorate the room with the things that they had found. The sacks were not filled with candy. They were filled with assorted body parts, real body parts wrapped in plastic to contain the large amounts of blood that had finally spilled on the floor when they were unwrapping them. The 5 sacks were empty except one. Inside the last one was a teen girl, unconscious and tied up. The creepers placed her on a table while the captain turned on the party music. It was a disturbing view of ornamented body parts and lights flickering as they were all in a morbid party of their own. The girl finally woke up screaming, looking at me as her savior, yet all I could do was watch. I was paralyzed, except the candy or drug allowed me to see everything. The girl was tied up firmly while the captain took out a long meat cleaver. He approached me, brandishing the shine of the blade. You know, I was going to use this on you, but you are like family now, whether you like it or not. The captain then turned and cut the girl's foot off. She screamed so loud that the creeper taped her mouth shut. The foot was given to the first creeper as he ate it with a huge grin on his face. Soon, the rest of the girl's limbs were given to the rest. With full stomachs, they finally went to rest. The captain sat next to me as he brought the girl's torso with him. He talked about random things while force-feeding me her liver first, then intestine, while he ate the heart. He truly saw me as his own son, and he kept on sedating me for years to come. I had found out on the first week that the house wasn't a retirement home. It was a psychiatric clinic for the mentally insane. The low budgets allowed for institutes to buy homes and use them as facilities to save money. The captain had been able to steal sedatives from the caretakers, sedating them and killing them after the party was over. The news showed my parents asking everyone for information about my disappearance. Soon after the years passed, people forgot me, but not the captain, who always sat by my side, feeding me someone else.